Could 11 from Stranger Things join the roster for MultiVersus? Well, according to a recent leak, that may actually be happening. So this leak comes to us from a Twitter user by the name of MBS Leaks, and we do have to take this information with a bit of a grain of salt because that Twitter account has since been nuked after releasing this information. So I don't know if it's a situation where Warner Brothers maybe sent them some cease and desists or what, but IGN thankfully took those tweets and was able to compile them, and I'll go ahead and throw them up on the screen here so we can take a look at the alleged leaks. So the leaks themselves are pretty DC heavy. There's characters like Joker on there, Black Adam and Stripe from Gremlins, which is really interesting. We'll get to that in a minute. There's also some Game of Thrones characters on there, Beetlejuice, Godzilla, and of course 11 from Stranger Things. So is this leak legit? Potentially, yeah. So last year there was actually a MultiVersus leak that happened that had an entire list of DLC characters, and one of the characters on that list was LeBron James, and lo and behold, a couple of weeks ago, LeBron joins MultiVersus. So there is some truth to these leaks apparently, and as well some more information to back that up. On this list of leaks are Black Adam and Stripe from the Gremlins movie, and as of today, Black Adam and Stripe have officially been released for Season 1 of MultiVersus. So a lot of these are seemingly being confirmed, so the idea of 11 joining MultiVersus is not too far out there. Now, as far as Stranger Things representation goes, I personally would have liked to have seen Steve join MultiVersus. He was already in Dead by Daylight, so it would have been cool to see him in a MultiVersus setting. Although he is a human, he would still have a really cool moveset for his kit. He could pull out a baseball nail bat and beat people down with it. He could, spoiler alert if you haven't seen season 4, pull out an actual vampire bat from the Upside Down and swing on some people with that as well. And let's face it, Steve would probably have the most beautifully rendered hair in the game. But 11 makes sense. 11 is probably the most recognizable popular character from Stranger Things. She's also basically a superhero with telekinetic powers, so having her in the game as representation makes the most sense. Now, a character I personally would like to see that is not on this list is Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger at one point in time was under the Warner Brothers banner. As of recently though, the rights and licenses to Nightmare on Elm Street and Freddy Krueger have reverted back to the Wes Craven estate, so the chances of that happening are kind of low. I could see the character perfectly fitting into the MultiVersus roster. If we look specifically at the Toonie Terrors version of Freddy Krueger, which is a line of toys from the NECA toy company that takes horror movie characters like Freddy, Jason, Pennywise the Clown, and it puts them through this cartoon-esque filter, almost kind of Scooby-Doo-ish in a way. It makes them appear a little bit more family-friendly, so seeing that version of Freddy show up in MultiVersus would be really cool. So it looks like these leaks do have some merit to them, so whatever's on this list, we could potentially see coming out within the next year or so. So people like Gandalf could be showing up, Static Shock, Beetlejuice, and Godzilla, as well as 11 from Stranger Things. Now, as far as the game itself goes, I am enjoying it for the most part. I do have some gripes here and there. It would be really nice to see them implement a Wi-Fi indicator or some sort of ping indicator so that way I know if the people I'm playing with don't have a great connection. Because sometimes you just don't know until you start playing, and next thing you know, you're lagging all over the place and you fall into the ground, unable to save yourself. Impulse Paradox calls that lovingly being sucked into the abyss, which can happen. So if I'm playing a match with people who have a laggy connection and it shows the rematch screen and I can actually see an indicator on what their internet is like, then I can choose whether or not I want to continue to play with them. Another thing I would like to see adjusted are the hitboxes. Some characters have really far, weird-ass hitboxes, like Finn, who is able to reach farther than he should. Characters like Wonder Woman could probably use a buff with their hitbox, but hitboxes are so inconsistent in this game so far. Some combos hit, some are dropped, so I would really love to see those hitboxes be adjusted, and it looks like the devs are listening because a character like Finn in particular is going to be nerfed slightly. So my final note, so far, although I do enjoy the game, the roster itself isn't bad, but it's missing that huge star character. It's missing that, oh my god, Cloud is in Smash or Sora is in Smash kind of moment. It's missing that huge iconic character. And perhaps 11 from Stranger Things could be that for MultiVersus. But as of right now, the roster is solid, but again, it's missing that huge star player that's really going to draw people in. So hopefully the devs can start going more outside of Warner Brothers and Discovery and start bringing in outside characters that are recognizable and popular. So with that being said, I'm Curious Corduroy. That is the video. Please leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Who are some characters that you would love to see join the roster of MultiVersus, and how are you enjoying the game so far? What issues do you have? What do you think needs work? What do you think is great as is? Leave those in the comments down below. I will see you guys in the next video. Please remember to always be excellent to one another.